Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Mercantile Adjustment Bureau from their credit report. And actually, this is in many cases without paying the debt involved at all. So if that's you or even someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. You know, if, for example, you know or believe that Mercantile Adjustment Bureau or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or, you know, any major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And in those situations, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. But if no issues like that exist, that's good. But you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Call us today. Our number will be in the description area below. And with that, I want to go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Mercantile Adjustment Bureau? And the reason I want to start with this one is because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen, you know, and truly it makes sense. You know, few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question, I'll be honest. But I only learned it when I got into the business. I didn't learn it in school. So fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either, if you're wondering that. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is Mercantile Adjustment Bureau and why are they showing up on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? As an example, let's imagine that you know, for whatever reason, have an unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. Mercantile Adjustment Bureau could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But then they try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So, yeah, multiplied over multiple accounts, you know, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, again, many people don't know this, is that when you pay a debt that's on your credit report, that does not remove the account attached to it. The account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So actually, a lot of time, paying isn't your best interest, and honestly, could just be a waste of money. In rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. Okay. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot, even calling family members and colleagues. You know. But if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Next question is, should you negotiate a settlement with Mercantile Adjustment Bureau? So settling your debt with Mercantile Adjustment Bureau depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Why is that? It's because, what I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed, right? And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and that a negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Which goes into the next question. How do you remove Mercantile Adjustment Bureau from your credit report? And this is how it works. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. However, I will say that the knowledge required to do that is a bit more involved than maybe it might seem. And that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it. Really be prepared to spend weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, you can ensure that it'll be done properly the first time and save the extra time that you'd be putting into it. And we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with Mercantile Adjustment Bureau accounts many times, and they regularly have issues, just to be honest. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well, if you prefer. How can you get Mercantile Adjustment Bureau to stop calling you? As I mentioned, Mercantile Adjustment Bureau calling is their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. So will Mercantile Adjustment Bureau try suing or garnishing my wages? Mercantile Adjustment Bureau suing is unlikely. It can and does happen, but in our experience, it's rare because there are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is, again, another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Mercantile Adjustment Bureau? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Mercantile Adjustment Bureau has purchased. They're governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, these acts can seem a little complicated, at first glance, but really they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. But, if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. Call us today, and we can discuss your options. And again, you'll find our number in the description area below. Thanks.